And
Hey,
go.
welcome to Sports Talk with three stupid guys. And again, only three stupid guys are here. And if you could be with us in the beginning of the podcast before we get
Can
started,
I emphasize the stupid guys?
the stupid would be
Save
we
for
earned
Matt and
we
Mike.
It's
well,
like a
not Mike.
stooge. It's like a Stooges act
Mike
in
still
here.
doesn't have the link up. At least I put the wrong one up in like seconds.
Mike saved it. Nice.
Hey, I'm here as a Dolphins fan.
Oh my God.
Stupid guys. And again, only three stupid guys are here.
Uh-oh.
All right,
Somebody's window is open. Jack, did you not pause the video?
What do you mean pause it? I
You
didn't.
need
I'm
to
not even-
pause the video.
I'm not on it.
Who is? Somebody's on it.
I think we're off it now.
Okay, we're all good.
Oh, see, right away, someone says it's Jack. Oh, it's gotta be Jack because he's the oldest. He's he doesn't know what the
You're
heck.
the only one I know
What?
that say, "Hey, let me post the link." So when you go to copy it, you somehow fall off the chat. I don't know how you did that.
There was a
When you
storm came
post it,
through.
Post the other one.
There was a storm came through like a hurricane.
Uh-huh.
It came through and it was like, oh my gosh, and I ducked for cover and in the meantime, I was safe.
Well,
I'm kind of like the Chargers trying to tackle someone.
Uh-huh.
It just
trying to
doesn't
tackle
happen.
this podcast.
Yeah.
It just couldn't happen. This
I'm
podcast
like-
got away from both of you.
I'm as healthy as an offensive lineman for the Chargers. You shouldn't be asking me to do anything.
Hey, you're looking good today, though. You know, you're sporting the Chargers hat and the Chargers jersey.
I don't give up. I watched the entire because I was like telling Jay. I go, whole family was downstairs watching the game, boyfriends, husbands, all that stuff. By the end of the game, it was just me, just Jack sitting on the couch. My wife goes, "Why are you still watching?" I go, "What else am I going to do? There's only 16 games a season. I'm watching the game."
Yeah.
I was doing a toy show, so thankfully I was not watching this game.
I got to see your toy show the day before, so I was pretty excited.
And he got to
Can-
he got
can
to
I
hear
just
me
say-
talk to Jay about the toys as well. So I mean, we could
That
have
was
a
pretty
whole.
exciting.
Yeah, I know. So just
We should do
thankfully
toy
the
talk with
listeners
Mr.
don't.
Jazz.
Yeah, it would just be Jay and me just geeking out on Star Wars stuff because that's the only toys that I have. So, all right, back to sports though. How about
we
you?
have-
So all
Can
our
I
teams
just
won,
say,
right?
before we get to sports, can I just say that Jack's jersey is way too big. I thought his shtick today would be like he's wearing scrubs or something, so he's gonna be like a doctor or something. So, but it's actually a jersey.
Well, one thing is you can't fill Faust's shoes or his jersey. So that's how Jack lives it.
There is a petition to get Dan Fouts to stop doing the Charger games because they're 0-2 this year with Dan Fouts. I think they lost every game Dan Fouts did last season. So nobody, even though he's God to most people in San Diego, nobody wants Dan Fouts doing the games. It's like when they heard, they go, "Oh no, that's Dan Fouts' voice. We're gonna lose." Right away, people were thinking that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the name Jim Sorgi in my household.
Jim Sorgi.
A sports talk with three stupid guys legend.
Yeah, the year that I never want to remember.
Who's bigger, Sorgi or Mike McCoy? I'm not Mike McCoy. Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy.
Colt
Colt
McCoy.
McCoy.
There you go. Again, no Russ today. I'm almost given up. He says that Tuesdays don't work for him. I said, well, you know, we discussed this 2 weeks before we even started recording.
Months, actually. We
Months.
talked about it months too, but
Anyway, so
yeah.
I'm not giving in. So anyway, so Matt's team won. Mike, your team lost again. My team lost again, and Russ's team lost. So we're like 1-7 the last 2 weeks.
I think all of our teams now are 1-2. So
I think about switching to the Patriots.
yeah. I hear a lot of people do that.
Well, I'm thinking about being because I'm becoming more irritating and more obnoxious. So I think I could be a Patriots fan. I'm kidding, of course.
Well, you are a ref, so.
Yeah, that's true. Well, since we're talking about refs, there was a controversy between Cameron and not Cameron.
Hercules and Cam Newton.
Cam Newton and Ed Hockley, and I guess something he said. Cam Newton thought he should have been like a roughing the passer, roughing, and he said that Ed Hockley said you're not old enough to get those calls. No, I did.
He said.
Yeah, I watched the lip reading. There's no way he said it. Even if he did say it, say for sake of argument he said it.
Mhm.
What's the big deal?
Right.
I don't get it. I don't. Nobody has. I've said that to people when I'm reffing. I joke around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Does Cam Newton not have a sense of humor?
Probably not. I mean, he's probably. I don't know. It's just something to complain about, but they won, right? So
They did win.
you know.
And the NFL's already come out and said, we're done. We can't find any proof. Move on. So I just didn't get the whole. I go, this is something where that's sensitive now that we can't even take. I didn't get I didn't get why it was bad.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
even if he said it, he'd be joking.
It's not like he ended the sentence with "boy."
No, it wasn't like it wasn't racist. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't get it, but I like Cam Newton. I think he's a very good football player. He's got a great personality, but he lost me on that one. I had to throw the challenge flag on that. You're bugging me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Everyone agree on that one?
Yeah, I pretty much ignored that story.
Actually, it's one of the stories that caught my eye when I was looking through like the weekend news kind of segments. I was like, oh, this is a thing? And I kind of had the same reaction that Jack had.
Well, I saw it on Twitter first, and I go, what did he say? So I looked it up. I go, okay, this is a thing. I didn't get why it was such a big deal. But anyway. And then speaking of big deals and controversy and people, if the appeals hearing for Tom Brady, they're not going to hear it until February. So as bad as this thing has been, now it's being pushed back all season. So what if say the Patriots go to the Super Bowl
again, right? And win again.
Wait. Super Bowl's in February.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady loses. The NFL wins, and it's just before the Super Bowl. Does Tom Brady not play, or does he appeal the appeal, and it goes into the next season?
I don't know. I mean, it is ridiculous at this point. It's kind of like, I don't know. It just seems like a moot point. Like, what are we trying to do here? You know, like. And
Goodell is trying to teach kids never to give up. You fight it. You appeal 100 times. If you lose 100 times, you keep appealing. Never give up. Never give up.
Right.
But
yeah.
we are taught as kids. My parents taught me all the time. Never give up. Never give up. Always go. I mean, I taught Jay that all the time. It didn't work. Jay pretty much gave up all the time. But at least I pushed him. I pushed him. Said, Jay, keep trying, Jay, keep trying.
He's never given up on you on podcasting.
No. Oh, he gave up on me a long time ago.
I know. I saw that about 10 minutes ago.
Well, this weekend I'm trying to do this whole new system. He goes, you need to learn it yourself. That was the advice I got from Jay this weekend. So.
Well, he had a toy fair, so to be fair.
To be fair, he did have to sell some toys, and he's actually pretty good at it. He's pretty good at selling toys to people. So we got that, and they got the Bears are in dumpster mode. They're just dumping everybody. They've given up. You think anyone will take Jay Cutler?
I don't know. It seems I'd have to think about the teams that are in desperate need of a quarterback. It seems like most teams are pretty covered on the quarterback situation. I mean, this early in the season.
Would the Jets take him maybe? Fitzpatrick?
I mean, when is he going to be healthy?
I think the Jets would rather have a Chicago deep dish pizza than Jay Cutler.
I don't think it's New York though. You know, New York, they have a pretty good ego about their pizza. I mean, it's like people have killed over who has the better pizza, Chicago or New York.
The thin or the thick.
Yeah.
But the Jets seem to be doing pretty well with Fitzpatrick.
But it's Fitzpatrick. He's going to be.
He's
go ahead.
He's no Josh McCown like in Cleveland, but
no. But somewhere down the road, he's going to be Fitzpatrick. He's going to make those mistakes. So you look at him, and go, that's why he can't start.
Right. There's certain quarterbacks that have certain names that rhyme with certain curse words, and they just roll off the tongue, whether you're rooting for them or against them, like Fitzpatrick. And you can pretty much put that one together.
What about Houston? Could Houston use Jay Cutler?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I mean, whenever I think of Jay Cutler, I'm just like, he's got to be getting up there, right? Like, what's the wear and tear on him? You know, and
I think
he's
for Houston, a requirement is you have to have previously played for New England. Ryan Mallett, Brian Hoyer.
That's true.
So Jay Cutler fails there.
I'm trying to think of teams that are contending as of now and could use a quarterback. And I like Houston. Mallett doesn't really. Neither one of their quarterbacks really are jumping out at me.
Well, I know there's a team in Indianapolis that has the worst quarterback rating.
That's
quarterback,
true. That's true.
Andrew Luck has the worst quarterback rating among starting quarterbacks.
well, that's just all those interceptions and fumbles. So, but you know what? A win's a win for this week, so I'm not complaining. So, and when I was looking at the stats between Manning and Luck, respectively, I was like, well, Manning still had a lot more interceptions at this point in his career. So it's always one of those things that's like, well, it's a little bit better. You kind of tell yourself that it's okay.
But to be fair, Luck had better teams than Manning had his first.
That's true, but they both have.
Manning
both
only
have
had Marshall Faulk, Edgar and James, Marvin Harrison.
Not the first couple of years though, did he?
He's
His
still
rookie year, he had Marshall Faulk. He had Faulk his rookie year.
He had Faulk the same year.
Yeah, and
was Faulk there before Manning?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They didn't have a bad year against the Steelers. They lost in what was it, 97? I want to say. They had a chance to go to the Super Bowl, AFC Championship.
You know, I'm thinking that's true. I had hair when Marshall Faulk played for San Diego State. So yeah, I guess that's true. I just think it's yesterday watching that guy run up and down the field. And
Manning is 39 years old, so.
And Marshall Faulk didn't get the Heisman. Didn't get it. Gino Torretta got the Heisman. Yeah, the famous Gino Torretta, who had such a great NFL career.
Because that's why you hand out the trophy. Who's going to be the best NFL prospect?
All right, who is the better player in college, Marshall Faulk or Gino Torretta?
Let's go back to the stats.
Let's go back to stats. Marshall Faulk played for San Diego State. Not a top 25 powerhouse. Miami was the number 1 team in the nation, I believe. And all those players that got drafted from those teams, yeah, it was Gino Torretta, definitely.
But could Marshall Faulk throw the ball a half mile into the air and have it come down into a receiver's arms? He was known for his moon balls.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk didn't have to because he just ran and broke records and it's. I'm not bitter because if he's not bitter, I'm not bitter. He won a Super Bowl. That's all that matters. And then we have Big Ben is out for 4 to 6 weeks, sprained MCL. Bad news because now you got Michael Vick starting. Is that going to hurt Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I think it's going to really hurt Pittsburgh. So, I mean, I thought Pittsburgh was just kind of an amorphous mass that was just kind of like congealing together, and it looked like they might have the workings of a good season, and then you lose Ben.
It didn't look like that much of a hit. I think it just landed awkwardly.
Yeah.
It looked like he hit like perfectly the right part of the knee that would like buckle.
Was that part of the turf that caught on fire in St. Louis?
Yeah, that was the 5-yard line.
Yeah. So I guess a team shouldn't move from St. Louis to L.A. because your turf just catches on fire, right?
That was a pretty cool highlight to see them kept replaying. So, well, and it caught on fire here. We highlighted it. I just want to give some shout out love to our people in the chat here. So Ed asks, who is the best bald quarterback?
Wow. Well, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. He's bald, right? Well, no, Doug Williams had no hair, right? Did he have no hair when he won a Super Bowl? Let's see. I can't think of a bald quarterback that.
Are we counting Tom Brady's? Are we counting Tom Brady's fake new hair?
Yeah, he has. I mean, that hair was retreating, and now it's like, I guess if you have $1 billion, you can get a hair, because he's had hair plugs. That to me is
Bradshaw always been bald?
Yeah, Bradshaw's always been bald. Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Jack.
Well, I'm just saying, to me, that's a bigger scandal than the Deflategate. Hair. I think it should be
Oh,
Hairgate.
Hairgate. Yeah, I like it.
That to me is the number. That's cheating.
It's right up there with the Tom Cruise being gay secret.
Yeah, I mean, well, to me, the hair thing. Just own up to it. Yeah, I got some plugs. It's like Joe Biden. Come on, dude. I see. You can see the plugs. Oh no. I'm just combing it different. I'm not bitter. But who? But really, who's the best, greatest ball-headed quarterback of all time?
I don't know. I don't have one. Ed Smith asks the question. He didn't give an answer.
I'm sure he was hated by the fans.
Yeah.
For his lack of hair.
Yeah, and there's never been a bald president, right? Isn't there some stat like that?
No, because John Adams was bald.
John Adams.
Yeah, he was bald.
Eisenhower?
Really?
Eisenhower? Ike?
Oh, yeah, Eisenhower. But he could always wear those military hats and kind of pull it off. And Adams, I mean, there was like no other. I mean, you had Washington. Anything after that was just kind of downhill.
Washington had no teeth, right? So he had. I mean, they weren't really fake. They weren't wooden teeth. They were actually teeth from other people, like slaves and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, really.
What?
They weren't wooden. They were fake. They were fake teeth, but they were like from other people. I saw this on the animals. What do you think? They went to a tiger and said, "Here, let's give you some teeth."
No, like ivory, right? Right,
No.
Jay?
No, I saw it on the History Channel. They showed it was Abraham. It was Washington's teeth. And it was like a myth. No, they weren't wooden. They were like from slaves and stuff like that.
Does those like aliens are real specials. So like, how much can you really take?
So now you're arguing with the History Channel.
No,
and aliens.
And aliens.
I mean, come on. No, I'm a firm believer in UFOs, but that's a whole topic for another story.
No, look it up. Do your history. Jay. Google
I find it fascinating.
On Google.
I find it fascinating that he used teeth from slaves. I mean, come on, that's like really both disgusting and kind of sentimental in a weird way.
You know.
I don't know what to make of that. Like, what do you say? Like, oh,
I think
where'd you
that's
get your teeth from?
I think that was. I don't think they cared back then. I mean, it just. I need teeth. I'm gonna be the president of the United States, the first one.
They didn't have Walmart back then.
No, yeah, exactly. I gotta have teeth.
Right, sure. We really derailed in this presidential kind of stuff.
To be honest, if they had TV back then, does Adams ever get elected? No. There's no way John Adams gets elected if they had TV.
Oh, with TV, yeah.
There's no way.
Right.
I don't know. I never saw his Instagram account.
Who do you think would make a better second president? I mean, I'm thinking Benjamin Franklin, right? He never ran, but man, how awesome would that have been? Follow up George Washington with Benjamin Franklin, just knocking it out of the park.
Just imagine the things that would have happened in the Oval Office with Benjamin Franklin. I think Bill Clinton would have been like, big deal what I did. Big deal. So look what Ben Franklin did. Right?
Yeah,
Ben Franklin was a player.
I think he had sex with the green alien woman that Kirk had sex with.
I think he did.
I'm pretty sure that was like like that was in a cycle.
I think Adams was a good president. I just think he just got because Jefferson and him were friends, but Jefferson, they had disagreements, and Jefferson was a good politician, sneaky, and kind of, he got to Jefferson's Adams' temper and kind of got out of, and Adams got flustered. And his son was a one-termer too. John Quincy, one-termer. Both Adams,
wow.
One term and they're out.
Yeah. I just imagine that you go around your house calling people one-termers.
I do call them one-termers. Yeah. Jay, one podcast award, one-termer. That's it.
But would Adams have started Josh McCown or Jonathan Football?
Let's see. I think he would trade it for Cutler.
Mm.
I think he would have. Anyway, so you guys want to get back on topic?
So yeah, let's.
That was Ed's fault.
Let's get to
I am
these
not
picks,
taking
right?
the blame for that one. We had. Go ahead. Well, Mike had 14 correct picks last week. Is that true, Mike?
Not too bad. Not too bad for that guy.
No, 31. He's at 31 right now. Russ had 13 correct. Matt had 13 correct, but Matt, you have 27. I had 11 correct, and I'm at 27. I'm still after that
All right.
great first week. I'm already climbing back, scratching back, clawing back. Rawr, rawr. Anyway,
I got 32 for all the people that are keeping track at home.
you got 32.
32, not 31. Yeah.
You have 32?
Yeah, for the historical records purposes.
I don't know. Jefferson would disagree with that.
9,
I
9,
thought on the
14.
email-
9. 14.
All right.
18,
So
yeah, carry the 1 and then
actually,
32.
if we're going to talk math, let's have Jay do the adding. Did Jay leave us?
He's not gonna come back on a dish like
Jay,
that.
we had 18 correct the week before, 14 the next week. So that total would be what, Jay?
Dun dun dun. He's only.
Jay, are you there? He's going to shave his head so he can be quarterback.
He's only showing
He's
up
probably taking it
for louder trivia.
for the end. Yeah. Oh, and he just left. What a snub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
So you guys, any
All
other
right.
news you guys want to talk about NFL this week? No?
No, I mean I kind of perused the news before we started, but I missed the Monday night game, so I'm digging the Thursday night football on CBS. I'm glad that they're playing that, so us poor people that don't have NFL can watch it. That's nice.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think they do it the whole season, but it's nice while it
I
lasts.
think it's the first 8 games.
Well,
First 8 games.
the quick synopsis for you, Matt, was Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he's pretty good. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, 333 yards.
Did you see the interview after the game, though? I don't know who the sideline reporter was. She goes, well, you almost threw an interception, but it was dropped. How do you feel about that? He's looking at her like, and I'm not picking on her. I'm just saying, I'm not saying because she's a woman. Whoever, I don't know who it was. To me, I'm like, his look was like, why are you asking me that?
Right.
It sounds like it was a church lady from Saturday Night Live.
It might have been. It might, because I turned to my wife. I go, God, that had to be the stupidest question, and the way she phrased it was just dumb.
You almost threw an interception. Isn't that special?
Isn't that special?
Yeah, but 5 touchdowns. Come on, right? Like it didn't happen. That's pretty good. So, yeah, Green Bay.
I just thought it was a dumb question.
Green Bay's off to a pretty good start. So
He said, well, we're a team. I just look at it as a team thing, and I just have the great fans here in Green Bay, and I just have a lot of success here because of the fans and the team. And is this it? Because I need to go take a shower because that question just made me feel dirty. I just don't know.
I gotta go shower some men.
And I said last week, I don't like when the Chargers play at 1 o'clock. I hate the 1 o'clock game because then they lose, and I don't feel like watching football the rest of the day. But I did watch, and all the games were just terrible.
And you don't get to enjoy the Red Zone channel.
No, I don't. I mean, it's just
because you want to focus on your one game instead of 10 games all at once going from.
Exactly. Well, because I could have put on the Red Zone channel every time Minnesota had the ball because they seem to be in the red zone a lot.
It had all of the markings of a trap game where, it's West Coast going East Coast, playing the 1 o'clock game. I mean, for them, it's like, what, 10 a.m.?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m.
I mean, it's 10 a.m. for them. They might have jet lag. I mean, did they come in for the weekend or they, it's like...
Well, I don't like to make excuses, but the Chargers, they had one offensive lineman come in who had sprained his ankle, had a high ankle sprain. He played, it was like 50%. They lost 3 other offensive linemen. They lost their center and 2 other offensive linemen in the game, and then the backup, another guy came in and got hurt. They almost had to use a tight end.
Oh my goodness!
As a right guard. I said,
yeah, and that's frustrating as a fan too, because I watched that happen with Indy when they were losing the cornerbacks, and just like, how can you stop the bleeding at this point? They're just.
You have the least mobile quarterback in the NFL, and all your offensive linemen go down. It's just it's the one position they couldn't afford to lose anybody, and like they're picking up guys off the street already.
It didn't help that.
What's that, Mike?
Probably didn't help that San Diego was down to their third. San Diego was down to their 3rd and 4th tight end.
Yeah, that didn't help either. But I mean that hurt, and I don't know. It is what it is. But we got Cleveland this week.
It's good for what ails you.
Exactly. All right, you guys get ready to get these picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we have the. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, whoa.
Wait. Kansas City might have lost, but this is a big celebration week for Russ. Kansas City wide receiver touchdown streak ended. For the first time since 2013, week 14, a wide receiver caught a touchdown for them.
Isn't that amazing? That's incredible.
Congratulations to Alex Smith for actually looking to the sidelines.
He threw what? How far was the pass?
I think it was about 15 yards.
There you go.
It was
15 yards downfield.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It would have been nice if it was just like a little lateral 1-yard pass. Broke the streak.
Oh, we pick on Alex Smith, but he's making more money than us combined, right?
Yeah.
And then one last thing. I don't know why I'm bringing up this Dolphins game, but Rex Ryan rubbed it in before the game even started for the coin flip. He had like 5 former Dolphins on his team come out for the coin flip. He had a notable bully, Richie Incognito.